to our whole week-long worth of spooky, scary, Halloween type themed videos all the way up until the day of Halloween. And today, y'all, we are on day number 5. And today we are going to be talking about Ghost Hunting 101. And what I mean by that is we are going to be talking a little bit about ghost hunting, research that you should do about it, what you should do before you go, what you should wear, things that you should take with you, rules to follow while you're ghost hunting. There's all types of things in this video. So go ahead and get comfortable and let's get started. Okay, so like I stated a minute ago, you guys, this video is going to be all about ghost hunting. The tips and tricks that you need to know, the do's and don'ts, just pretty much a whole basic run through for ghost hunting beginners or anyone who just wants a little more information or just curious about what it is that you do when you go ghost hunting. So if you've been watching me for a while, then you know that I love the paranormal. You guys know that I ghost hunt. You guys know that I am all into the creepy side of things, okay? And if you haven't seen my channel before, just this whole week's worth of videos should probably tell you so much about my love for the paranormal that it's crazy. So I just want to throw out there that I do love the paranormal. I have ghost hunted. I investigate, I research, I do a lot of paranormal related things. So today I'm just going to be sharing with you guys some of the do's and don'ts and some of my personal preferences for me when it comes to ghost hunting. And this is for you guys that is probably just curious about ghost hunting or want to start doing it, maybe haven't done it, maybe just want to know how to do it right. Whatever it is, whether you are planning on ghost hunting or if you're just doing this for research, I want to make sure these are the basic things that you know. So first, when it comes to ghost hunting, this means that you are going to a known haunted location. You are going somewhere where you have heard, you've seen, or you just know about some type of paranormal hauntings going on, some types of spirits, some types of ghosts, some type of energy is going on in this place, okay? It's usually like historic places, local places to you, maybe your own home, haunted houses in your area maybe. I'm not really sure how it is set up for you guys, but I do live in a very historical place. There's all types of like old buildings, old cemeteries, old haunted homes that's like literally within a few blocks of me. So like there's like a lot of things going on where I live. So usually when you go ghost hunting, you're going somewhere where you know there's activity, where you want to capture something, where you know it's supposed to be active. You want to go in here, get your proof, see what it is. Or a home where you want to find out why the spirit is haunting either yourself or someone that you know or whoever, you know, lets you conduct these experiments or these investigations. So that's the first thing to know. Obviously, ghost hunting, you're going in somewhere where there is a ghost and you are hunting said ghost. So obviously, first, for safety reasons and a whole lot of other reasons, do not ever go alone. Do not go ghost hunting alone. First of all, you're going to need someone there with you. Like, you're going to have a whole lot of equipment. You're going to have a lot of things to carry. And plus, having another opinion, another set of eyes, another, like, mindset can really help you out. Maybe they saw something that you didn't. Maybe they can verify what you did see. So it's always good to have someone. And like I said, not only that, but a safety measure as well. If the experiment or the investigation goes wrong, if serial killers are hanging out around this place, like we don't know really what it is that's going on. If you're in there and you trip and you fall and break your ankle, like we don't know. Anything can happen at any point, and we all know this. So just for safety reasons and everything else, just make sure you never go alone. Take a person or a couple people with you when you go ghost hunting. Also, before you go to these places, please have permission before you go there. Now, I know a lot of us, especially me, I have gone places in the middle of the night. I haven't, you know, told nobody other than the people that came with me. But it's pretty like a public thing anyway, so it's not like I broke in anywhere or nothing like that. I wasn't like walking through buildings or nothing. It's like an open like structure, an open thing that it was a train station, you guys. It was a train station. So I may have messed up with that, but I just want you guys to have permission before you go wherever it is that you're going, because you don't want trespassing papers, you don't want charges, you don't want someone to think that you're breaking in and they come out and shoot you. Like, there's just a lot of things that can go wrong with this as well. So please just always make sure before you go to these locations that you talk to the people who own them or run them or, you know, manage them, whatever it is. Make sure you talk to someone and get permission to be there. Make sure that someone knows that you're there. You know, just cover your bases. Another thing, obviously this should go without saying, but I feel like I should include it anyways. Always do your research when you go to these places. So if you're planning on going to a haunted hotel, do your research. See what exactly is said to be haunting. See what people have said their experiences have been. You know, like read up on the stories, get the history, see exactly what's going on, get the layout of the place so you can, like, you know, really be familiar with what you're looking for and where you are. Also, this kind of goes with the research thing, but go and visit these places during the day. So we know for a lot of us, for ghost hunters or paranormal investigators, the job is done at night. Normally 100% of the time, ghost hunting adventures take place at night. For some reason, we all go at night. There's supposed to be more activity at night, although there's always spirits around us. But for some reason, and the witching hour late at night, the veil is a little thinner, so it's easier for them to come in and travel and, you know, move through the portal. So maybe that's why, but we all know that we go at night. But it's always a good idea to visit these places during the day. So if you're planning on going to, once again, a haunted hotel, not only should you do your research about this place, but you should also go visit this place during the day. So you know what it looks like, so you know what your layout is, so you know what room is where, so you know, like, if there's a step here, whatever it may be. Just once again for safety reasons, and also so you could really fill the place out and you don't have to worry about trying to capture the ghost and get this and watch where you're going, and like, because it's going to be a lot once you really get into it and you start ghost hunting. You're going to have a lot of things going on. So just for your own well-being and your own safety, always try to visit these places during the day so you can really get the layout of everything and get the feel of everything and see what it looks like. And then you can also, when you go back at night, you can see if you get a different feeling in that place at night since you've been there during the day as well. Okay, so now we are going to get into some of the things that you should do while you're ghost hunting, before you go into ghost hunting, and when you're done ghost hunting. For the most part, these are my own personal preferences. These are things that I do. This is my way of protecting, or whatever you want to call it. This is like pretty much my thoughts and opinions and what I personally do. So this isn't really set in stone, but I just wanted to throw some ideas out there to you guys about how to really handle this. So for one, anytime that you are working with the paranormal, that you're trying to contact the paranormal, that you are investigating the paranormal, anytime that you are doing anything around the paranormal, always, always, always be respectful. Do not ever go in messing up their place. Do not go in making jokes. Do not go in with malicious intent. Don't be mocking them. Don't try to piss them off. Don't try to get them. Don't demand. Don't do anything that is disrespectful or rude or that could make them mad or have them react or act out. It's kind of the same concept. If someone welcomes you to their home, you're not in there drawing on the walls, jumping off the couch, busting out windows, cussing them out, slapping them in the face. So it's kind of the same thing. These places that are haunted are where these ghosts stay, where they live. It's kind of like their home. It's their space. So when you go in there, just don't mock them. Don't make a mockery. Don't make jokes. Just always be respectful and leave things as you found them. Also, when it comes to any type of paranormal investigation, try to usually form your questions where they can be answered with a yes or no answer. So that means when you're asking questions, try to ask questions where the spirit can answer back to you with yes or no, because that takes a lot less energy for them. It's not as hard for them to try to get the energy and try to, get things to come together to say a whole paragraph worth of things. I mean, some spirits are very active and more advanced to where they can really, keep going with the conversation. But for the most part, it's a lot easier for you to be are you here? Yes. Do you like ice cream? No. Ask questions where you could get a yes or no back, because that's usually when you would get your better reactions or responses. Now, another thing for me personally, I pray. So I always pray before I go into any type of investigation or known haunted location. I always pray, for protection over me, for nothing to be attached to me, for nothing to come home to me, for nothing to harm my family. Nothing, all of that. I cover all my bases, And I know it's weird. I know it's weird because I'm putting, you know, praying in the same realm with the paranormal and like evil things. And I get that, but you know, to each their own. Everybody handles things differently. Some people indulge in different things. It's, you know, it's your personal preferences. It's up to you. But really, I always pray when I go in and when I leave an investigation or a known haunted location. Once again, I want to pray going in to ask for protection and, you know, to cover all my bases. And I also pray when I leave that whatever is here stays here. And when I go home, nothing goes home with me. You know, we understand that we have to detach here. So, you know, I just go ahead and pray and ask for protection and everything like that. That's just personally what I do for me. Also, I tend to do this at every location, whether I get a lot of activity or not, whether I feel that it's negative or not. I always, anytime that I am in a known haunted place, or I know that a spirit or something is in this place, or I feel it, or I've heard about it, or I know, whatever it is, I always leave. I tend to do this all the time. Usually most people will probably only do it if they know that it's an evil spirit or something demonic going on in this place. But I do it every time. Every time, just for an extra measure. But I like to leave the location backwards. I normally back out of the haunted location, the haunted room, the paranormal activity filled, whatever it is. I always normally back out. I leave backwards. I don't ever turn around and turn my back to the haunting, to the paranormal activity, to the demonic energies, the regular spirit, whatever it is. I don't ever turn around and turn my back to it because I don't want something to attach to my back and be brought home with me or be attached to me. So I never turn my back on a spirit or a haunted location. I always simply just back on out just like this. And then once, you know, I'm out and I'm far away and I'm clear, I've prayed, I've done everything, then I will turn around. Also, for most people, they like to take some form of protection, whether that is like a cross, a rosary, a crystal, some type of like lucky family heirlooms, anything that brings you comfort or protection is a nice extra measure to have on you as well. Me personally, I like to keep a rosary with me pretty much everywhere I go. I've had a rosary hanging by my front door. Every time you walk in or out, you have to walk past this rosary for the longest time, up until recently when I took down the little mirror key holder thing that I had there. But I had it hanging there for years. So like, I have rosaries with me all around my home. That's just something that I personally do. That's my personal extra safety measure. And also, since we're talking about extra safety measures, it's also a nice idea to maybe take some sage with you, some incense, however it is that you cleanse yourself or your objects or your space, whatever it is that you use to cleanse with. Most people use sage, some people use incense, some people use both, some people may use something completely different. But whatever it is that you cleanse yourself with, I would go ahead and take that with me as well, just so when you're done with the space, when you're done with the investigation, whatever it is, just simply cleanse yourself. Make sure all that negativity, all that energy, all those spirits stay exactly where they're supposed to be and that they don't travel further with you. So now comes the kind of somewhat fun stuff. Now we are going to talk about what to bring with you while you are ghost hunting. So first we're going to start with like the basic things, the stuff that anybody can grab, the stuff that you probably already have that you can just take with you, and it will still pretty much give you the same experience. You will still be able to capture something if there's something there. Like, you could still work and do decent work with all of these tools. And after that, we are going to jump into some of the more fancier equipment and methods that you can take with you as well. Okay, so for the simplest of things that you can take with you, or that you should take with you ghost hunting, is obviously a video and audio recorder. You want to take something that you can catch it on video. You also want to take something where you can catch audio, because sometimes you can't always see the spirit, but you can hear it. Or sometimes you may not hear it, but you may go across your video recorder. So always have some type of video recording equipment and audio recording equipment. That could be as simple as somebody's phone. Like, you can have somebody's phone taking pictures, somebody's phone doing video, another person's phone doing audio recording. Like, honestly, you could do a lot of things from your cell phone these days, so you don't need to go pay like $500 for some like expensive ghost hunting equipment. you can honestly use what you have. So make sure you take something to take pictures with for sure. So you need a camera of some sort for pictures. You need a camera of some sort for videos. And you also need some type of recording device for audio. And for your camera, it is best to have flash, because then you can really catch some things. Because obviously if you're taking a picture in the dark, you're just going to get a whole bunch of darkness. I mean, some people are able to make out shapes or forms or whatever that is within the darkness, but a flash is pretty much your best bet. That's when you're going to be able to illuminate and see a lot more. Also, obviously, since most ghost hunting experiences happen at night, be sure that you have a flashlight. That can be like a little headlamp where you put the little headband on and you have a flashlight on your forehead. You could take an actual flashlight, somebody's cell phone as a flashlight. As long as you have a flashlight of some sort or you're able to see, you are definitely going to need that. I would pack extra ones. Also, speaking of extras, always take extra batteries and chargers. A lot of times with the paranormal and any type of entities or spirits, they tend to mess with electronics. They tend to drain batteries, cell phone batteries, computer batteries, any electronical device. They can drain that, or also just your electronics could start going wonky, crazy, glitching. Ghosts and entities are known to mess with any type of equipment or technology. So always make sure that you have extra chargers, batteries, battery packs, cables, whatever it is. Make sure you have plenty of it, because you will probably need it. Also, another smart thing to take with you is a first aid kit. You don't ever know what's going to happen. You may be in an abandoned place, go to step through something and you fall through the floor. You might scratch your arm on a post somewhere. You might trip you might get scared and start running and trip over something. So you never know what's going to go on. So make sure that you have a first aid kit with you just to patch up anything, simple. Obviously, if it's huge or somebody's missing an arm, go to the hospital and stop what you're doing. But if it's just a little scratch, a little, scraped knee, whatever it is, because a lot of times you're in places that are pretty much ran over. There's probably like weeds everywhere and sticks and whatever it is, or abandoned house that hasn't been kept up with. So you don't really ever know what is fully in store for you. So just make sure you're safe. Take a first aid kit, have some band-aids, some gauze, some alcohol, whatever it is, make sure that you have some type of little first aid kit, because anything can happen and you would definitely rather be safe than sorry. Also, make sure to take some way that you can communicate with the other people that's with you. Because like we said, we don't go alone when we go ghost hunting. So you're definitely going to have people with you. You may split up into groups. You may get separated. You may get lost. The best thing to do is to stay together. So a lot of times when you go ghost hunting, you may go to a place or a room by yourself. Even though you're not there by yourself, you may go into a different area by yourself, because you could get a different experience than someone else, or than you can with the whole group. So just in the case that you are ever alone, you get separated, you get lost, whatever it is, take some type of way that you can communicate with everybody else. Whether that be walkie-talkies, a little radio, whatever it is, two-way radios, whatever, which is pretty much the same thing as a walkie-talkie. But make sure that you have some way of being able to contact another member or the rest of the team. And then the most simple thing that you can take is a pen and a notebook, because you're going to be having thoughts in your head, you're going to be having questions, you're going to be having feelings, you're going to probably be seeing things. If you're that in tune with the paranormal, you're probably getting pictures or visions of something, depending on, your ability and your gift and whatever it is, along with everything else that you have going on. So like I said, it's going to be a lot once you really get in there. You got all this stuff going on. So make sure to take a pen and a notebook with you so you can just keep track. You can write things down if you thought you heard something, if you thought about something, whatever it is. That way you can fully have a whole list and a log to look back on, or some type of evidence to look back on, just to correlate with whatever you may catch with video or audio, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the more fancier things that you could take with you while you're ghost hunting. Like I said, these are not necessities. These are not things that you need to have. You will be fine with a walkie-talkie, audio recorder, and a cell phone and a flashlight. But if you really want to get into it, a lot of people feel that the more high-tech things could give you different experiences, that you could see different things, you can experience things in a different way. So a lot of people do end up using these things or investing in them. And that's totally fine, but I don't want you guys to feel that you have to start off with this, because these are not just like basic tools or basic equipment that you would have or that is useful to you. So first, a lot of paranormal investigators tend to have an EMF or an EVP type of detector. And with the EMF detector or EVP, they can detect different energies, different sounds. It can pick up voices. It can translate things. It really just kind of depends on how the spirit is using this device or manipulating it or whatever the case may be. But that's just another way that you can pick up on energies. Also, a spirit box, which is pretty much kind of the same thing. A spirit box is something that you turn on and it just shuffles through white noise. And when it's shuffling through, it sometimes can have a break where that's where the energy is trying to manipulate it and is saying this, and it could put energy into words basically. So it's really just shifting through like the static noise, different channels. It's just going all the time, and then it will break if something comes through, if it picks up something, if there's an energy being translated into something, it will normally do the job of saying it for you. But I personally cannot stand the sound of a spirit box running. I can't stand any like constant white noise, any static. Like, I don't know what it is. It's really annoying to me. So like, I don't ever want to use no spirit box, just for the reason that I can't stand the sound of it. And they're really staticky too. So a lot of people who do catch voices or something coming through on these things, like, it's really kind of hard to hear it, because you gotta like manipulate the static into the word that you think you hear. Like, it's really like, it's really hard for me to try to decipher what it says, because I've watched plenty of ghost videos and they're like, oh, it said I live here, and I'm like, how did you get that? Like, I heard so like, you have to be expert level in order to figure that out, or maybe just smarter than me. But I cannot stand the sound of a spirit box, so I personally do not use one. We also have infrared motion detectors or infrared cameras, and these things can pick up temperature changes. If something pops up, it could pop up in a different color. If something's cooler than something else, it'll be a different color. If something's warmer, like, it could pick up, like, if there's the energy in the chair, it could pick up the change in it and show you that there's like something in the chair. So like, infrared is not bad. It's actually really cool. I am intrigued with infrared. I'm just not like, I'm not the person to go out here and get the top tier type of equipment, because I don't do this stuff for a living. I don't do it every day. So I don't really have the need for it. But if you do tend to get your hands on any infrared device, they could be really cool, and you could pick up all types of things on that. So I think that would be a cool investment. If you were going to invest in any of these fancy products or equipment, I would definitely say that the infrared would be the way to go, because it's so cool. Okay, so we are pretty much at the end of our list now. Just the last thing we have to do is we are going to go through what you should wear while you're ghost hunting. So first, we're going to start off with the fact that if you have long hair, I would definitely tie your hair back. You don't want anything in your face. You want to be able to see clearly what you're looking at, what you may catch. Like, your hair could fly and you would think that you saw something, and all along it was your hair. Also, you don't want it to get caught on nothing. You don't want it to get pulled if it's a evil type of spirit that's in these places that you're going. So try to like tie your hair up or tie it back, have it out of your way. Like I said, just for safety, first of all, so you can see where you're going and all of that, but also so you could get accurate readings, so that you don't think that you saw something pass when it really didn't. Also, I would recommend usually wearing black or a darker color, because you're going to have all types of light and flashes and cameras going off, and you don't want to be wearing a bright neon jacket and the flash, somebody takes a picture, the flash reflects off of your bright neon jacket, and then it looks like there's a orb or a apparition in the corner of your picture. So you just don't want like any misconceptions or any like random things like that happening. So I would definitely recommend wearing black. Not only that, you may be getting dirty, so I would wear something that you really don't care about. Don't wear your nicest outfit. Don't wear anything extravagant. Definitely wear shoes that you can like run and move and climb in, because a lot of times when you go to these places, you're either outdoors or inside abandoned places, and you don't ever know what's waiting for you. So I wouldn't wear anything loose or baggy. You don't want to get caught on anything. once again, tie your hair back. So with that being said, you guys, that pretty much concludes today's video. I just wanted to run through some of these things with you guys really quickly, and I hope that it did help you out if you were curious or if you didn't know about them. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave it a thumbs up. Also, go ahead and leave me your comments down below until my next video. And if you haven't done it already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I film and upload randomly, and obviously it's all types of content here, so I know I have something for you. And I don't want you to miss out, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, once again, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.